Hi everybody, before I get into this video, can you please subscribe? I'm getting really close to 1,000 subs and I really need your support so I can start getting paid a little bit to make these videos because I cannot get paid until I hit 1,000 subscribers. I've got the views, I just don't have the subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's do this. 10 items for you and your motorcycle that will make things a lot more convenient. If you've ever ridden a motorbike, you'd know that from time to time you need to charge certain things. So sometimes you might need to charge your phone, maybe it's your headset, maybe you have a GPS unit on your bike. So every motorcycle should have one of these USB power supplies. This particular one is a waterproof unit, which is quite important when your bike does get wet. So the on-off switch has a waterproof cover and it also has a lid for where the USB terminals are. Great little feature. Attachment looks easy for a 7/8 inch handlebar, and because it's black it's not going to stand out like a sore thumb from all your other bits and pieces on the bike. So for me, my phone always seems to run out when I start taking some snaps and videos from my rides, as well as using a GPS that drains the battery really quickly. Something like this for under $4 is going to keep you charged through your ride. Our next item is a pair of budget Pro Biker branded motorcycle gloves. Okay, they come under $6. I cannot believe they can make them this cheap. So obviously it's not going to have any Kevlar or some high quality materials. What it does have are these plastic dots on the palm which protects your skin in the event of a crash. I've actually made a video about very similar gloves a few months ago because I unfortunately did have a crash in this sort of set and it protected my hand really well. Actually I was very surprised. They also have some knuckle protection. Also there are these plastic vents on each finger which keeps things a little bit cooler on those hot days. Just finally, I don't think the designers have gone too silly with making these look very funky, so they will blend in with most of your equipment. As with buying anything from AliExpress, Chinese sizes are a lot smaller than Western sizes. So when you, let's say, have a large hand, you would probably pick a XXL to be the same size as a large. If you're like me, you've probably owned a motorcycle that is a pain in the butt to check and correct the tire pressure, especially on the rear. These little valve extenders now make this job a lot easier. They come in gold or silver and you can choose different angles to suit your type of motorbike. Another great budget product from AliExpress are these motorcycle tail bags. For about $17, it's going to be handy to have one in your garage just in case you will need it one day. Most motorcyclists I have met are solo riders, so why not make use of that second seat and attach this little beauty to give you some storage. Storage on a motorcycle, of course, is one of those things that is really annoying. This tail bag is like a glove box for your motorbike. They are really easy to install. There's two straps that go underneath the seats. If in an unforeseen situation you do need to get rid of the bag, you can unclip the two buckles on either side and strap it over your back like a bit of a handbag. They come in a unbranded black version, as you can see here, or you can have the same one that I have, which is the one with the Riding Tribe badge. I don't know who Riding Tribe is. I don't see them sponsoring too many MotoGP riders, but there's definitely a lot of Riding Tribe stuff on AliExpress. So, and eBay. So, you know, they must be good. I have found these to be quite sturdy and mine has lasted a couple of years and is still going strong. Another cool gadget for your bike are these tire pressure monitors. This version uses Bluetooth to work with your phone and you can easily see what tire pressures you're running before you ride. Cheapest I've been able to find is about $24 with postage. If you have space on your dash, you can get a slightly more expensive version which has a compact display that you can attach to your handlebar. Another awesome feature of this particular unit is that it can provide real-time monitoring of your tire pressure on the go and give you an alarm if it notices a sudden drop in tire pressure. How awesome is that? So it's slightly more expensive at about 41 bucks, but it might be worth your money. I really do kind of like the blue, yellow and white all on the one screen. It looks kind of cool. Next up, we have a aluminium bar mounted clock for your motorbike. So under $5 you can get one of these little clocks, and it just fits over your handlebar. It's a lovely aluminium chrome finish and a black dial, and you know, it's going to be a lot easier to just glance down and look at that rather than trying to get your phone out, or to sometimes even access some of the menus on some other bikes. So on my bike, for example, I like to see the kilometers that we've traveled, so I have to push the button on the instrument cluster three or four times to cycle around to the clock. So one of these is definitely something that I'm looking at buying very soon for my bike. There is a slightly more robust, more expensive version. As you can see here, it's $17.52. One advantage you have in this particular unit is that it will light up at night. The casing also looks a bit more fancy, and I dare say you're going to get a better movement in this particular clock than you would in the cheaper one. This weird looking handle is going to be excellent for you if you ride 2-up a lot. It's a very basic and effective design. You simply attach it to the assembly around your fuel cap with the already present screws. Your pillion can then reach around and grab this handle rather than hug you during a ride. There's obviously a lot of advantages to using this sort of grab rail on a bike. Your pillion gets to push back against this, so that by doing that they keep their weight off the main rider. Also, if the bike suddenly accelerates, who knows why that would happen, the passenger can use this to hang on to, just like any other forward handrail. It does look a little bit weird mounted to the bike the whole time, but I'm sure your pillion will appreciate the convenience. They're only $23 and you can buy one straight from AliExpress in different colors. Comes in orange, blue, red, silver, all the colors of the rainbow. Now these mirrors are going to be an excellent replacement for your Mickey Mouse ears. And if you don't know what I mean by Mickey Mouse ears, well, most motorbikes from factory come out with these ludicrous, large, sticking out like a sore thumb Mickey Mouse ear mirrors. They always detract from the look of the bike, even though some designers are now starting to come up with better designed headlights. There are still a lot of bikes out there that use these big round traditional headlights. If you want to change the aesthetic of the bike, it's super easy with these little mirrors. Because they have a couple of pivoting points, you can adjust the mirrors to suit the style that you're looking for. For under 20 bucks, it's one of those mods that just adds a bit of street cred to your bike. I recently installed a pair of these on my cruiser, and overall I'm pretty happy with them. They usually ship with different mounting options, so most bikes will be covered. You won't have to run down to the hardware store. So as you can see from the pictures, this particular model here has the blue tinge glass, and I can tell you that it's not a major issue. It does reduce the glare a little bit, which is pretty awesome. But in terms of what you see at the back, it doesn't inhibit anything like that. Will you see much out of these mirrors? Probably not. They also come in a wide variety of colors. Got red, blue, yellow, purple, orange, black, green and silver. A slight word of caution, I would definitely go with the black, because sometimes those other colors, they fade and they don't quite look the same as they do on pictures, and they come out a bit cheaper looking. They might not match your bike color anyway, so I would stick to the basic black or maybe the silver one. Tank stickers are an essential part to any motorcycle. They add a certain aesthetic to the bike. Basically, they protect the paintwork from your zipper on your jackets and any rubbing that might happen while you ride. So you've got ones that are under $1, very basic, simple design, will suit most motorbikes. And then you've got some more complex designs that are a little bit more expensive but cover a larger surface area. Don't get caught up in getting the massive stickers. Sometimes they won't suit your bike and it's going to end up looking all silly. Side stand plates for your motorcycle are always a good idea. AliExpress have this universal one for about $12 with delivery. So this particular type here is a universal model, which means it would fit all bikes. If if you do a bit of searching, you might actually be able to find one for your particular motorcycle. I bought one for a Ducati Monster, Ninja 300, and a Hyosung GT250. Some of them won't have nylock bolts like this particular model, in which case you are going to have to buy some nylock. Otherwise, they will vibrate off, as one of my units did to me a few years ago. When a motorcycle is on its side stand, some of course tend to lean over more than others. Or maybe you've parked on a soft surface and you've probably noticed that your side stand has sunk into the ground. The Ninja 300 that I owned always leaned really right over when I had it on a side stand. So I was looking for something to boost up the angle when I came across these side stand pads, and they work great. So for about $15 you can get a universal one for your bike.